Yo, what's going on everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Cody Vondell, and today we're gonna combine some free fonts with some cool effects in Illustrator and Photoshop. Before we get started, I just gotta say thank you all so much for liking, commenting, subscribing to my videos. It means so much that the work that I do helps you out with your design process. And if you're following along with me on screen or using some of my design assets, make sure to hop on our Discord server. We have an amazing community of artists, producers, musicians, everybody sharing their latest works in progress, free resources, assets, music, memes. It's an amazing community. Let's check out what everybody's been sharing. As always, you guys are crushing it, and I'm so thankful to have this community to check in with daily. If you aren't already over there on the server, I hope to talk to you there soon. Quick little announcement. All of the artists and musicians on my Discord server are currently submitting their music and art for our very first compilation collab project. It will span a wide range of genres and art styles, with the central theme being rival territory, graffiti, think Jet Set Radio style, bomb rush cyberpunk, that whole kind of genre. Email me your submission by our deadline, which is October 31st, and also hop on our Discord server to check out more details. Also, I'm finally releasing all of my background music that you've been hearing in my videos for the past 2 years, starting with my very first Sunsets in Chrome EP that just came out last month. Go ahead and check that out for free over on my Bandcamp. If you'd like to support my channel, make sure to head over to my Etsy, where you can find all my templates that I create and use on screen, and other cool merchandise like stickers, shirts, hats, and more. You can access my digital design library, project files for all my tutorials, early access to new design drops, and more over on my Patreon. Shout out to all my patrons for making my videos possible. Thank you all so much. And if you like my intro, outro, and background music, I create it all, so just search Cody Vondell on Spotify or your preferred streaming service, and I'm also available on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And of course, at Cody Vondell on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and all that. With all that being said, let's hop on screen and start playing with these fonts. Alright, so here are all the logos we're going to create today, and here are all the individual fonts and pieces that you're going to need to make these logos. And you can download this little Illustrator kit over on my Patreon right now. First one we're going to be playing around with is PG Gene. This font is awesome. It's very Y2K. It's been a little while since I've done the best free Y2K fonts. Didn't want to get too locked into that, but can't stay away from these fonts for all that too long. So playing around with this one, I absolutely love it. It has such a late 90s, early 2000s futuristic kind of look. So we're going to give it like a faux 3D kind of look. We need to go ahead and duplicate the layer and blend them so we get that faux 3D look. I'm just going to go to blend and make. And now we can actually pump up our outlines, get those nice and thick. That's looking good. And then we can grab these. Let's group those, change the color, make sure that they are on the topmost layer, and boom, automatically that faux 3D is looking great. We can grab this little icon from one of my Y2K kits, drop it right down here, flip it around, and boom, that is already looking nice. It's what, like 4 layers, already looking great. Really going for some streetwear kind of stuff lately. I want to put some stuff out on my Etsy soon. All right, next one we're gonna do is Mania. This sort of has like a 1980s vibe. I was sort of going for something between like cyberpunk and horror. We're gonna play around with the kerning, get these letters nice and comfy together. Just really scoot them in so everything's touching. And then we can grab these 2 fonts and kind of do some more minimal stuff, virtual reality, and then some quick little, just little details right down here. So yeah, I'm really feeling this one. It's a little bit more minimal. We're also gonna use another, this little lightning bolt. That's also from my Y2K kit, but it's cool because it's like some of these icons you can use for all kinds of stuff. It doesn't have to be Y2K. You can go 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s with it, all kinds of cool stuff. I feel like back in the 80s and early 90s, there was sort of this like computer graphics and virtual reality was sort of like a psychedelic kind of thing. So we're kind of going for like a psychedelic horror kind of thing, I guess, is sort of the thing we're going for here. And yeah, just having a fun time with it. Playing around with these lightning bolts, trying to get everything looking exactly lined up and correct. So let's flip this one around, make sure that it is looking good, make sure they are even, and we can just push that in. And I think we've got a finished piece there, looking nice. Yep, feeling that one. All right, next one we're gonna do is Nature's Best. So if I was to make my own little orange juice company, this would probably be, it would probably be called Nature's Best. This one, I was trying to go for something like that real granola kind of feel, but it wound up just feeling like a orange juice company. But you know what? I don't hate it. It's sort of cool. It's simple, but I don't mind it. This little leaf here, you know, really simple, just a little one piece, kind of combined there. Actually, I guess it's two pieces that look like one piece. Boom, as all one color, pretty simple. We don't need a whole lot of details on that, in my opinion. I think we can just kind of keep it simple. All right, we've got another finished piece. All right, this next one, this font came from Esoteric, Barber Beats producer, very frequently showing up on our Discord server, posting some awesome, amazing, different kind of artwork and stuff. Found this font through Esoteric, so make sure to go check that out. Yeah, Beyond Fantasy. I'm kind of trying to come up with something that sort of feels like, once again, sort of that late 80s, early 90s kind of style, kind of aesthetic. This time leaning less towards something horror, and maybe something that's a little bit more exotic, fantasy, something like that. So that's kind of the feel that we're going for on this piece, and I think we've nailed it. It's simple, it's elegant, Beyond Fantasy. This font's really fun, definitely works well for that whole Barber Beat style. And yeah, shout out to Esoteric for finding this one and having a fun time with it. Really, really love this font. All right, this is my favorite one that we're doing today, Western Skies. Estrella was another font that came from somebody over on our Discord server, so make sure to hop in there if you want some free assets, cool fonts, different things like that. People are posting this kind of stuff regularly. So one thing I'm doing, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get all of our pieces kind of sized correctly, all the different things that we're gonna need for this piece. Like these little buttons down here in the corner, and then this big sun. This sort of has like something somewhere between the 80s and the 90s. There's a little bit of everything going on in this piece, and I'm really excited about the way this one turned out. So we're gonna use that big N, and the kerning's just not gonna work out, so we're gonna have to convert these to outlines and kind of play around a little bit with like the spacing, not a lot, but just a little bit right there, so that the N kind of tucks in under that R. I think that all looks really cool. We're gonna play around with our outlines so that we kind of get a little bit of that going on. Separation from our text and our sort of border back there that we're kind of using. Overall, yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. This is probably my favorite one out of everything that we're doing. So I think we'll actually be coloring all these in Illustrator really quick just to kind of see how they all look. And then we'll bring this one over to Photoshop and actually apply some really cool chrome effects using like eye candy and stuff like that. So there we go. I think that's everything now. We've got all of our pieces. Let's go ahead and color them. I think this one's gonna look nice with like sort of an orange and white color scheme. Orange, white, and blue color scheme. So I think something like that'll work out. I'm kind of envisioning all these, like what they look like on maybe like a black t-shirt, like a darker colored t-shirt. Maybe in some cases like this one, maybe a lighter color. Group those together. That one's pretty simple, just needed some color right there. I think for Mania, we'll make that main text like red. And I don't think we gotta go into too much detail on any of these others. Nature's Best, orange juice. We're going with the orange and green. You know what I mean? Just gonna drag those orange, the green right over there under the leaves, and then just go ahead and grab these words. Make it sort of a nice bright orange, something that feels, you know, maybe multiple colors in green would look nice. But and Beyond Fantasy, I'm thinking something maybe purple, grayish purple, something like that, looking nice. Yeah, I think these are the colors that I definitely could see working here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open up Photoshop, get a nice high resolution document open, and we're gonna drop in the Western Skies idea. And let's go ahead and start playing around with some different concepts. Maybe what we'll do first, we can kind of get rid of the, or let's go ahead and select all these pieces of the sun and kind of get those on their own layer. And we'll select all these letters here and kind of get them on their own layer. And finally, we'll also kind of get these border pieces back here and kind of put them up so we've got sort of, everything's kind of working together consistently to make something really cool. And I think now that we have all these pieces kind of separated, we can go ahead and use our eye candy filter to kind of get some really fun chrome effects going on. And yeah, I'm sort of indecisive when it comes to like, you know, streetwear, putting these graphics on t-shirts. Like I like the flat design color, but I mean like these chrome colors would look really cool, especially like if you got it printed with really, you know, nice quality and stuff. I mean, that would look really cool. So I think it's all about personal preference when it comes to this kind of stuff. I like the idea of like having the designs like fully, you know, styled, like with the metallic kind of eye candy effects and all that kind of stuff, like, you know, maybe online and in different instances, but maybe on a t-shirt actually like reducing it to maybe 2 or 3 colors, having a slightly more minimal kind of screen print kind of look. There's just so many different things that you can do, so many different styles that are popular these days, and you know, everything's so unique these days. So it's just so many different things I think you could do. But already, we're just gonna go ahead and name all these things. Everything is nice and metallic, but what we wanna do now is actually apply some colors. So we're gonna kind of use these metallic shapes as sort of like a overlay, kind of playing with different like blend modes and stuff like that. And then we'll have the layer beneath it, sort of like actually have like the color. So you can see that's kind of what we're gonna do here. Just duplicate the layer, have the top one some type of blend mode, have that bottom layer be some type of color, and together they kind of create something that works. So once again, we're kind of sticking with that blue and orange color scheme, but we're still gonna, you know, this time we just have a lot of like metallic effects, chrome effects, and I think this looks really cool. Out of all of them, I definitely think the Western Skies, Mania is probably a close second, but Western Skies is definitely my favorite out of all the pieces we put together today. That's pretty much what I did, the treatment for all of these different pieces, so you can kind of, you know, check out the details on all of these. They're pretty much all done this way in Photoshop using chrome effects, eye candy. Cool. So just like that, we're playing around with a bunch of free fonts, some of which came from members of our Discord server. Thank you guys for submitting those. Always a pleasure working with everybody over there. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of fun content planned you don't want to miss out on. Make sure to hop on the server, submit your music and art by October 31st. We're going to have a really fun collaborative project that I'd love for you to be a part of. That wraps us up for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you all over on my Discord server, and I will catch you in my next video. Thank you all.